we took a princess cruise to Newport, Rhode Island, home of yachts and crazy rich mansions. In this video, I'll give you some port basics, hacks, and some things we discovered along the way on our first trip here. Plus, stick around for my son's clam chowder review. I'm a proud dad, what can I say? I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Newport, Rhode Island is on the southern tip of Aquanac Island, about 71 miles south of Boston. This is an enclave for old money with its renowned Gilded Age mansions. Lots and lots and lots of yachts. This is the home of America's Cup, after all, and beautiful vistas along its famous cliff walk. Tours of the mansions are standard here, but there's lots of opportunities for independent travel, as you'll see. I break up Newport into two sections, north and south. North is basically downtown, where the tender dock is, as well as shopping, great strolling, and museums. South is Mansion Row, with the Breakers and Marble House among others, and the cliff walk. Newport is a tender port with a very short distance between the ship and the dock. Now, I always get up ahead of everyone else in my family, so I took advantage by doing an exercise. What's it like to board the tender first, and how long does it take? We got the ticket at 7 o'clock, and they called it at about 7:18, so not too bad. All right, hang on to your hat, people. So it is now 7:31. On the rock and roll boat. Okay, 7:57. So from the time I got the tender ticket to the time I'm landing, it's almost an hour. So factor an hour. You land at Pari Park, a small strip that hosts a simple gangway and the harbor master's office with public toilets. With no parking lot for tour buses, you meet them on the street, which is very convenient. Gangway, bathroom, bus. Smooth. Later on in the day, these booths open up for tourist information and lobster rolls. And lobster rolls are a thing here. Venture further down America's Cup Avenue and you'll find Bowmans Wharf, a shopping and restaurant complex originally founded by Benedict Arnold in 1652. There's a tour booth where you can book an America's Cup charter or go next door if you're in the market for a new yacht. Close to that, a B of A ATM, and a lovely walk across the street to Queen Anne's Square and the historic Trinity Church. Go down the street a bit and then go north. You'll pass Starbucks and the JD convenience store, both of which are open early. And a few blocks north of that, you'll find the official tourist information office at this strip mall and a Bank of Newport ATM nearby. Now keep walking up America's Cup Avenue and you'll eventually find the Central Bus Terminal right next to the Marriott. Which provides a free shuttle bus that makes round trips from downtown to the mansions at the south. Bellevue Trolley 67. Not to be confused with the paid tourist trolley at the same bus station. It's a bus, not a trolley, at least this one was. Now, it's only available from around Memorial Day to the end of October. The bus meets at stop A at the station, and service starts at 10 a.m. By the way, there's also public restrooms there as well. The bus itself is clean, comfortable, and the bus driver does a pretty reasonable job of keeping the crowds under control. Plus, you can make some fast friends, like these fellow cruisers letting me photobomb them. Thank you, Bunny and Sam, wherever you are. Now, looking at this map, one might assume that these are all the stops the bus makes. There are actually other stops in between some sections, so if you want to stop at, say, number 5 Memorial Boulevard, just don't call a stop assuming the next one would be that. I assumed that, rang the stop, got out, and wound up 5 blocks short. So this map points out the highlights along the route, not all the stops. I found the bus to be at its simplest and most efficient if you take it to the Breakers Vanderbilt Mansion, since that's where just about everyone else is going. Then you get a return trip at the same bus stop.
To get back to town for this bus? Okay. Just checking.
Other stops along the street may or may not have an actual bus stopping there. I don't know, there's quite a lot of confusion about getting back from the south end. Here's a backup. Have your Uber app ready to go in case the bus is either too crowded or you happen to be at the wrong stop. Or if you've been walking at Cliff Walk, you can just go back to the breakers for the bus to make things easier. That's what I wound up doing. There's also the Orange Cab, the only cab that operates on the island, who will pick you up from wherever you call. The island has no official cab stand in town, except maybe for the bus terminal. Now, as far as access to attractions, we have a cool hack for you. It's called North American Reciprocal Museum Association. They're a collection of museums nationwide that offer free reciprocal access. Here's how it works. You become a museum member at one of their participating museums, then you have access to all the others on the network. We shopped around for the most cost-effective local museum membership in our area, then used the card, with this handy sticker, for free access. In Newport, it got me into this super cool Audrain Automobile Museum, where you can check out James Bond's Aston Martin, and the Preservation Society of Newport County, who are the caretakers for mansions such as The Breakers, Marble House, Rose Cliffs, and others. On the day, I redeemed my ticket for The Breakers, but then I could use the same ticket for all the other mansions on their roster. It was such a deal. By the way, if you enjoy being an independent and informed cruiser, like and subscribe so we can help you plan your next port adventure. And thank you so much for all your views and support. You're the reason we do these videos. It's a pleasure to help. Now, touring around, we expected the scale of wealth on display. The Breakers, for example, is a mansion once owned by the Vanderbilts, which kinda counts as a palace, really. Get ready for lots of walking as you weave past the seemingly endless rooms. Now, the Cliff Walk, which hugs around the east and southern end, fronts lots of other mansions, manicured grounds, and the occasional pagoda. Just mind the walk, which sometimes turns to rocks, making this count as a hike rather than a stroll. Beautiful though, and peaceful even when it's busy. But we made some cool discoveries too, back north to town with some interesting specialty museums. The Audrain Automobile Museum, for example, is a smallish but impressive museum for luxury and specialty cars, whose collection rotates. Now, even if you're not a car nut, it's definitely interesting. Lawn chairs for seats? Close by is the International Tennis Hall of Fame, which is everything the name suggests. The museum is for a fee, but it's free to walk the large grounds, where the classic courts and lawns will make you feel like you're in Wimbledon. Then there's just the simple pleasures of walking downtown, with its charming storefronts, old colonial architecture, and historic businesses like the White Horse Tavern, in business since 1673. Plus, you might get lucky and see some event going on, like the Seafood Festival at Bowmans Wharf. Here's my son Kevin's chowder and seafood review of the Lobster Bar.
Okay, so...
The calamari?
This is the calamari?
Yes, this is the lobster roll.
Lobster roll.
And we got some clam chowder.
Okay, clam chowder here.
And it is the New England style.
New England style, if you didn't hear that.
It's called Qua Hot.
Qua hot.
This one is clam fritter.
Okay. The clam chowder is very smooth. Tastes very much like seafood, you know?
Yeah.
And not just like, you know, normal seafood. It just feels like fresh, sea tasting seafood.
Yeah.
I will say, the clam chowder especially does taste like really seafoody flavor. So, I mean, if you don't really particularly like seafood flavor, I don't think it'd be very good because that's like, at least for the clam chowder, what most of it tastes like. The lobster roll is good too. Would you say everything here is really good?
It's really fresh.
Really fresh, yeah.
For all the things to do here, I would definitely come back to explore downtown some more, and perhaps finish the Cliff Walk. And get my share of lobster. If you've been here or have questions, let us know your thoughts in the comments.